Hey, hey, hey.
No.
What's going on, everybody? What is going on? How y'all doing today? What is happening? Okay, let me see here. There we go. There we go. How everybody doing today? So, y'all, this was a good episode of Godfather of Harlem. Okay, this was a good episode, and I am going to bring my homegirl up here from the Bronx, and she gonna go through all this stuff with me, and we're gonna talk about it. It's a lot to talk about. It's a lot of good information to break down. All right, what's going on, Tamika?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, Inga.
Hey, what's
How you
happening? How you
doing?
doing today?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, that's all we can do. That's
Mm-hmm.
all we can do. Let me see. I'll make that a little bigger. Okay. Well, did you like, before we even get into the nitty gritty of it, did you just like this episode? Because I think you was the one who told me it was a good episode.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I liked it. We kind of continued off where we was at with
Mm-hmm.
some of
Mm-hmm.
the stuff, letting us know where we trying to get to, where we going, and who we need to get rid of. But of course, we got
Right.
the introduction of Frank Lucas, and I was curious to how they was gonna play that out.
Right, right. Well, let me
hmm
just say hi to the people real fast. We got Daria in the house. She always here. How you doing, Candy Love? What's happening? Uh, what's up, Andre Harris? What's happening? Lemon Kush, Puff Pass. What's going on? How's everybody doing today? What's the day? Tuesday? I'm about to say Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Okay. I don't be
hmm
knowing one day from the next someday. They all these days to me can seem jammed up to me. It'd be one, it's just like one day.
Exactly.
All of them seem like one day. Okay. Friday, it'd be Monday. It'd be all one day. So, hey, what's going on, Deshay? What's going on? So, yes. I did y'all, the people in the chat, did y'all like the episode? Wait a minute, I'm gonna change my glasses. I like these glasses, but I see better with my these. I don't seem like I be paying money for these damn glasses, and I see better with the damn old glasses to me. So I don't know what it is. I got different glasses for reading, for watching
hmm
TV, for everything. And then I can't even be finding the glasses. Right before I came on this live, I'm walking around like a damn crazy woman. Like, where the hell my glasses at? Can't even find them. Yeah. So y'all in the chat, did y'all like the episode? Hey, what's going on? Hello. Um, okay, so let's just get all into it. So this is Godfather of Harlem. So this is where we at. This episode, okay, y'all didn't see it. This is episode 2. It's called Country Boy. So this is the introduction, as Tamika said, to Frank Lucas. Okay, so we meet Frank Lucas. He getting off the bus coming from North Kakalaki. Okay, and he gets off the bus, and this guy think. Now, see, this is why I want to talk to a New Yorker, okay? But even though we've got people who do this down here too, but I've been in New York and they do this. They be doing this 3-car Monty crap, and you can't, it never fails that you're gonna lose money. It never fails.
Oh,
It's a trick. It's a trick.
mhm.
It's a trick to this. So this guy thinking, oh, I got me a lame getting off the bus from North Carolina. Let me go and see if I can swindle some money off it. All along, this whole thing is a scam.
Oh,
But have
yeah.
you ever done this 3-car Monty thing with the car shuffling around?
No, I've never done it, but I have definitely been seeing it for years up here in
Oh
New
yeah,
York.
it's been
Yeah.
around
hmm
forever.
hmm
Um, we're good candy. I'm talking about my glasses. With the glasses for writing, reading. Yes, I swear to God, I got different glasses that do different things. You right. And then I'd be losing them. I need to put them all in one drawer, just like Fred Sanford used to do. He would pull out all different type of glasses. You right. Yeah, he thought he had a lick, like Candy said. And but see, just because he from North Carolina doesn't mean, and from the South doesn't mean he's stupid or backwards. Okay. He but this guy, and all along, this whole thing was a trick. Now I'm gonna tell you a very quick funny story, right? That's this when I was married. My son's father, we went to New York back in the day, like a little shopping trip or something. Like we was going up there, do some Christmas shopping and all that. And he saw a guy on the street, and he always like to gamble, right? So he saw a guy on the street doing the same thing, thinking that he was going to win some money. And I told him, I'm standing next to this Negro saying, don't do this. You're going to lose money. I say, this is a trick. Oh, nah, he thinking that because he is a street dude that he can outthink this street dude. But I said, no, they already know you coming from out of town. They can see you a tourist. They, that you coming from another place. They got you. They already sniffed you out. Man, he lost $100. I was so pissed off. I was like so pissed off. No, y'all don't do this. This is a scam. This is a scam. They got them cards marked. They know how to do it. To make sure they let you win one time, maybe two times, but by that third and fourth time, you done lost all your damn money. So
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, we found out this is a scam, and the guy, the Jewish guy. I'm assuming he was Jewish. He looked like a Jewish guy. This white guy, who he was up there doing it before Frank walked up. He in on it with him. They got a hustle going on. They scam artists. They got a hustle going on. And so, but Tamika, did you laugh when you saw this? Because I chuckled a little bit because I was like, oh, they thought they got a sucker, and he ended up the guy got stabbed in the hand, and got beat up, and I think he beat up the white guy too.
Oh yeah. They get on here, country boy, just getting off the bus. He don't know nothing.
Yeah. That's what they thought. That's what they thought. And so, while I guess all that's going on, we move over to Chin then threw all this mountain of garbage in front of their place. Their what did they call, like a gambling spot or something? What they like a little club or something? Yeah. And he them I guess trying to piss Bumpy off because Bumpy don't want him going into business with him.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed with Chin with this because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be a boss, a businessman. Like, okay, you tried to get in on it with Bumpy. Bumpy already told you no. To me, this was just getting childish and petty at this point. Like, even though I don't care for his daughter, she was telling him right, like, leave the shit alone. He played himself.
Yeah.
And he showed his weakness.
Right. Yeah, she said he was like, we're gonna go to war and all this. And he was like, no, I don't think you should be doing that. I don't think you should be doing that. And so Bumpy shows up. Yeah, to tell him, say, if you don't stop this, you're gonna go to war, and that's not something you're gonna want to do. So RC said, hey RC, it won't surprise me if Stella falls for Frank Lucas. She likes brothers, as we know. Well, hey, she likes some chocolate. So she do like the chocolate. I mean, no, it won't surprise me. No, it won't surprise me. But Stella sometimes get on my nerves. But I don't know. In this case, here on this particular scene, last episode and this episode, on these last two episodes, Stella seemed like she's on our side. So, going against her father. So maybe I'll give her a pass. But last season she got on our last nerve. Remember last season?
Oh yeah, Stella been working my nerves. There's some smart stuff that she do. Definitely can't take that from her.
She seems like she on our side this one though. Don't it seem like it? Yeah. So well, so she's working with her father, but she's also, working with Joe Colombo too. So look, brother Omar, I had to put this up here. You bought it on yourself. You bought this on yourself. Because if you had not tried to do a snake move against brother Malcolm, this wouldn't have been going on for you. This wouldn't have been happening. That now you got an eye jammy. bop bop. Like what Kendrick say,
Mhm.
wop 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 wop, right beside your head.
Right.
I mean, but she's so at least she's so in love with this guy. What you think about brother Omar here? I mean, is this fair that he got beat up, or what's your thought on Omar?
Elise is really stand by your man. She ain't trying to let him go. God said, damn, he even telling her move on, go on with your life. At this point, he's accepting it. And he pretty much like, I gotta face the facts. And it's funny too, because she was like, okay, is it the Muslims? Do you think this is people coming from my father? And he was like, honestly, I don't think it's either one. He said, they just want to get the person that they feel like got Malcolm. So to me, he was talking with some sense. And I do feel like we seen him come down the path where he was on the wrong side and he was doing, messy and jacked up shit. We didn't like him either. So he did kind of bring this on himself. And I think he just feels like this is my karma and I'm getting what I'm supposed to get. She's the one that's stuck in this, world where she trying to convince him, herself, and everybody that he don't deserve this and, he need help. I'm going to figure out a way. I said, damn, Elisa's really not giving up on this one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I said hi to Queen. Hey Queen, how you
Hey,
doing? Yeah, she's standing by her man, and yeah, but yeah,
mhm.
I agree with Omar though. It's not Malcolm did not promote violence. I
Mhm.
mean self defense. He promoted. He did not promote violence. Unnecessary violence. He promotes standing up for yourself and protecting yourself. He was about that, and protecting his family. But so he knew it wouldn't. He knew it wasn't Malcolm's people. He didn't think Bumpy didn't want nothing to do with him, so it wasn't Bumpy. At this particular scene where we are. And like he said, there's some lifers that's been in there, and they just trying to make a name for themselves to take out the person who they believe took out Malcolm. So, yeah, that's But yeah, she's not giving up though. She's trying real hard. She's not giving up. So Teddy's mama is back in Harlem. I done kind of forgot about that woman. It's been a while since she was away. I had to forget all about her.
Yeah, I
So
forgot about her. I wasn't expecting her to come back. I'm actually
me neither.
surprised to see her back.
Yeah, when she left, when they ran her out of town or whatever, uh, yeah, I was surprised, to see her again. But now she back and then she working at the diner. So she was just sitting there talking about the update on her and the other. I forgot that Teddy had a younger brother. So it said the younger brother's doing music and some listen to go back to what was that season one? I guess season 1 and 2 or whatever with Teddy. Maybe it was season one. I still never got
Yeah.
over how they did him. I
Oh yeah,
never
that
got
was
over that. To
horrible.
me, I think that season one it might be a very great season. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because they did him dirty. They just did him so bad. She was so in love with this man,
Mm-hmm.
and then the way how he was treated. So yeah, I never got over that Teddy thing. But yeah, the mama's back, and then when she then Stella started talking about she working for her father, but it's been difficult. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said it seemed like she kind of may be on our side. Last season, she was all over the place. She was
I
no, she was
mean, Stella's
screaming
on
too.
her side first and foremost, but I think that she does know how to maneuver. Like she's able to, I guess you could say, play chess and see all the players on the board and what needs to be done. I
That's
think a
true.
little
Yeah,
better than her dad does, and maybe it's because she's the younger generation. I don't know, but dad was moving emotional and he wasn't
that's
thinking
that is
logical.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
The way you put that. Yeah, she's actually playing chess in that check, and she know how to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? The father, no, he's
Yes.
old
Yes.
school and stuck
Mm-hmm.
in his way. And then, oh no, I went too fast. This racist funky B. This lady pissed me off. She was a funky racist.
Oh my God. But I'm glad they showed this dynamic. I was actually talking to my girlfriend a little bit about this. I said, because of course, you have the racist ones that's just outright racist. They're going to let you know they can't stand you, right? So we know that there's people that don't want Mamie to be able to be ahead of this project because of who she is, because who Bumpy is. But then you have that other side that fetishizes over these people. Like this lady saying, oh yeah, because he's a gangster. And you know, the other ones don't want him, but I do. And then when she said that Baldwin, what did she call him? A baby, black baby turtle? I said,
What she call him? A chocolate frog?
Chocolate. Yeah.
A chocolate frog. Yeah, James Baldwin did have real big, bug eyes. Like he did have big protruding eyes. His eyes, he had big eyes. But to call somebody a chocolate frog, she should have got punched right in her face. Like this, just like
really,
that emoji right there with the fist balled up. That's how I was feeling at the time when
that was a prime example, and the way that Mamie was able to keep it together and be like, "Oh, you like? Oh, I know him. I know everybody," because they think every black person knows every other black person and look like every black person. So I like that they put that in there. But I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I mean, she. But you're right. But there's a lot of people that's racist. They they're not like the redneck racists.
Mm-hmm.
They educated. Live. You see them when you're out and about and going places. But all along, they it's that undercover racists. You know what I'm saying? They act like they like you, but they saying little slick stuff out their mouth. And I be catching this stuff. Yeah, that's Yeah, she was saying all kind of stuff. All she cared about was James Baldwin, and she don't care nothing about worrying about the new Harlem and trying to fix it up or do whatever projects for Harlem.
No, it's about what benefits her as well. Like,
right.
like I said, it seems like she's actually turned on by these things. Even when Mamie was like, well, technically Bumpy is out of the business. He doesn't even do that anymore. She said something like, oh, girl, they all do it. And that's what the men is into. Well, that's what excites her.
But she said her first husband,
right.
That's how she got money from her, because he was still, even though he probably, what you think these politicians like Donald Trump and all them, they ain't number go racist and they gangsters. They just wear a suit and tie and they be educated and they definitely be racist. They just not walking around with the Confederate flag and the pickup truck and the baseball cap like what you think of racism. No,
what she was saying in that part was true, but it was just the fact that when Mamie is trying to say, well, he's legit now, that's not the Bumpy she wants to meet. She wants to meet the one that she thinks is the gangster lady.
Right. And she seemed like she fascinated. Well, we're gonna talk about when we get to the diner when she show up there. That was crazy. She seemed like she fascinated with black people, almost as if sometimes they act like we're not real. You know how like when black people, other races want to touch your hair.
Yeah. Or that's why I said she fetishizing them.
Or they fantasize. They
absolutely.
Or just like because we can do sports better than them, or maybe we're good at entertaining better than them. Singing, dancing, and other stuff. They just think like it's, oh my God, oh man, we can go down a rabbit hole with this thing because that's how they are. They definitely seem like that they fascinated with us, but yet, but they want to be like us. But they don't want to walk in our shoes and the day-to-day stuff that we got to go through.
They just was showing the flip side of it. Like, okay, the other ones don't want nothing to do with Mamie and they're against her running the project because of who she is. And this one wants to go against it and everybody else and wants to be with, her or have her run it because of what she wants out of it and what she's, hoping to experience from the black people.
Really I was like, this racist ass lady. I was like, yeah, but this goes on, and unfortunately, and we'll move on. But unfortunately, this going on right now. Okay, just turn on your news, turn on CNN or whatever. It's going on right now with these types of people. You know what I'm saying? And they only want you around if it benefits them.
Oh yeah.
They ain't really trying to be like your friend or nothing. So, but anyway, we move on from that, and then so Frank, I wondered, was this guy when he went to go get this apartment? And then the apartment was tore up and ran down. Okay, and probably had rats up in there and everything. And the guy, I wonder, was he scared? Did he look scared to you? Because Frank got a look on his face like he wasn't playing no games either.
I mean, at first he was pretty much like, "This is what it's gonna cost. Either you got it or you don't. If you don't, kind of like hit the road
He said
jack." And
you go
then,
sleep out in the gutter or something.
yeah, and it seemed like once Frank looked at him, and then he told him, "This is what I have now. You'll get the rest later." He did look a little shook then because I guess he was expecting Frank to back down. Like I think all
Right.
of them, just the
Because he
same way the other guys looked at him, like, "Oh, he's from the South or
Mhm,
whatever." I guess it kind of felt like this
mhm,
one was thinking that too and thought he was going to intimidate him, but he
mhm.
obviously didn't intimidate him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably, they didn't show all this. I'm just speculating. They probably, a guy like this probably have done this to other people, intimidating them and
Oh yeah.
show them the worst apartment that
Mm-hmm.
you got. And look, this is what
Right.
we got. And if you take it or leave it. And but he wasn't he wasn't intimidated by no, but he know how to pull out that switchblade, that's for sure. He know how to pull out that knife.
Oh
So
yeah.
So there we got Stella. Here she is plotting and planning to get rid of
Mm-hmm.
her father, or you not unalive him, but push him out the business. Out the just push him out the way. Then I guess I should have said it that way, not get rid of him, but get rid of him out the business so that she can take over. Yeah, some who said it in here earlier? She's an opportunist. Yeah, yeah. Deshay said she's an opportunist. Yeah, she is. She go for whatever works for
Mm-hmm.
her. That's for sure.
I mean, she knew he was never going to put her in a position of power, even though she's been clearly giving him, um, like strategy and opinions throughout this time. He still reminded her in the last episode, like, "Oh, you're a woman and you can't come in here talking, a certain way in front of all the men and all that other stuff." And then she saw what he was doing with Bumpy was just going to make the situation even worse. So,
Yeah,
that's when she was like, "Yeah, we got to come up with something." I didn't really know where we was gonna go with this plan at first, but I'm like,
yeah,
"Okay, so
yeah,
let's see
yeah.
what
She told Joe Colombo that a big shipment was about to come in,
you." Mm-hmm.
and so he thought he was gonna get his word, or as they say, the junk. They were gonna get the junk, and so but she had a plot. She was plotting and planning all along in her head. You could just see it in her eyes that she was planning to try to move her father to the side. Which I
Mm-hmm.
ain't mad at that because he's doing too much.
Yeah, he was doing too much. Absolutely.
We got to remember where Frank came from and why he left home as his film. So yes, I know. Yeah, the backstory on Frank was
Mm-hmm.
that he some racist white folk down in the South unalived. I think one of his family members or something. I don't remember if it was his father or some family member, something like that. He went through a lot of stuff down there, and he wasn't like no innocent guy. Like as far as a good
Oh
guy, he
no.
was
Mm-mm.
he was a criminal even in North Carolina down south. But he almost got ran out of town, or he had to get out of town to run from the racist people. So he been through a lot, and so that's probably why he do have his feelings, how he feels. Yeah. Um. So Stella says my father, and Katie said my mother. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, they got that thick accent. Yeah. So is she still sleeping with Joe Colombo, or is she just doing business? This is strictly business
I
then.
don't think so. I think it's just business, and
Okay.
she
But
know
she
that he
slept
don't
with him
like.
last season. That was so they could unalive the guy who unalived Teddy, right? They get
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was, yeah. But now I think you're right, it's just business. So while that's going on, Elise meets up with her daddy at the diner, and he already knew it was something. She said, "It's so nice to sit down and have lunch or breakfast or whatever it was, have a meal with you." And
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "If this is about Omar, don't even try."
Yeah, I was actually surprised that she went back to him again because he pretty much made himself clear the first time. But I think she kind of got through to him a little bit this time. She was just saying, like, you help everybody else. Can you help me in this situation? Like, he did not do this. This was a setup. Conspiracy. And I
Yeah,
think he
yeah.
helped her a little bit when she
Yeah,
was
yeah,
saying,
and because that waitress, which was Teddy's mama, was a Daria,
mhm,
something like that, whatever her name is, she came over and thanked Bumpy for her. She's back in town. Thanked her for the job, and he said it was good to have you back. So that's what made her say, "Well, you helping everybody else.
yeah,
Why can't you just do this one favor for me?" At least it came a long way. She looks good
yeah,
because
she
remember how
really
season
looked
1 and 2 or whatever, she was a hot mess.
bad.
So she's really came a long way. Um, so and I might have got this a little bit out of order, but however, we know that going on. What's her name? Stella meets up with Bumpy at his club, and this is when they putting the plan together to, I guess, X her father out the picture. So all this was a plan about
Mm-hmm.
to try to.
Yeah, at first Bumpy was actually like, "Girl, I think you better get out of here. You shouldn't be talking against your father or having meetings behind his back." But then once she said, like, "My dad is about to ruin every damn thing because he's so freaking pigheaded and he's still gonna be trying to come after you, and I have a way that I feel like can get him out of the daggone way and be beneficial to you." And then he was willing to listen. Like, okay, what we talking about here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he's tired of dealing with Chin. So anything to oh yeah, Margaret, they took her down south last season, right? Yeah, she went
Yeah,
down
yeah. Mm-hmm.
South Carolina somewhere, went down
Right.
to an aunt's house or something. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know if we'll see her, and if we
Yeah, I'm
do,
not too sure.
it might be a whole different actress, unless that actress come
Mhm.
back because she got to be grown now, older now. So
Mhm.
we may or may not see her. I mean, right now she's not needed really. So I don't know, but yeah, but he's tired of Chin, so probably anything to try to get rid of Chin and push him out the way. I mean, he don't even care if Chin get unalived. He don't care. He just wants Chin out the way. So he said he's not dealing with the junk no more. So um oh, wait a minute. Here goes some breaking news. Margaret is going to be protesting in the previews. Oh, okay. I didn't see a preview. So I didn't see the preview. Okay, so I guess we will see her. We'll see. Um. Okay, so then Frank, while they in the club trying to plot and plan to take out Chin to get Chin out the way, Frank Lucas is outside sticking up people who coming in and out of the club. He done busted a guy upside his head, took his watch, took money out his wallet. The guy go inside, he got a big old knot in his head, and Chance, and I can't never remember. I'm gonna gotta write this other guy's name down so I can remember his name. Y'all remember the other guy, the guy with the big afro? What is his name? I know I know the older gentleman is Chance. I can't remember the other guy's name. Is it Pedigree or something
Yeah,
like that?
pedigree. Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's Pedigree. Okay.
Yeah,
Um.
he keeps showing
Yeah.
himself.
They,
I feel like last week and this week, he keeps mentioning how much money they could be making doing the Duce. It's like we know that as of right now, Bumpy is saying he don't want to do with it. For some reason, I feel like something is gonna happen with him. I think that's where we going
yeah.
because
Remember before he was stealing. Remember?
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
So
was
I
stealing
feel like
before.
something is
Hmm.
definitely gonna happen with him again. Mm.
Yeah, he was stealing, and then they beat him up and
Yeah,
everything, and then
and he
and
lied
then
about it. Hmm.
right about it, and they gave him another chance. If he do it again this
Yeah,
time, they killing him. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
He's out of here. Yeah, he's a pack. If they do it, if he do it again, because you're right, this the second
Hmm.
time back to back that he keeps talking about they lose now so much money. Well, Bumpy say he don't
Right.
want nothing to do with that stuff no more. He's trying to
Yeah.
do other things. He want to go legit, have legit businesses and stuff.
Hmm.
But Chance, he right on top of it. And that was a whole setup with that second guy who came out there that looked like he was going to urinate outside.
Yeah, once they said like, "Who the hell is coming stealing our money?" Because they even thought it was somebody from Chin Crew or whatever, and it's like, nah, we go
Mm-hmm.
out here and this damn fool out here.
Yeah,
And the fact
right.
that we thought he was gonna keep coming back and getting them over and over, but
That's
he didn't
right.
know who he was dealing with. But yeah, they
Well, they
caught him
got
at
him,
taking
and they
something
and they
around.
and they roughed him up too. They gave him a two
Mm-hmm.
piece, a biscuit, fries, and a soda. Okay,
Right.
they roughed him up, bust his lip and everything, and he coming in there, and he was like, where you from? He said, I'm from
Mm-hmm.
down south and all that kind of stuff, And so Bumpy's from South Carolina, so he thought he was
Oh yeah,
from
yeah,
South Carolina.
yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
he's so that's when we know he's from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but the funny part, I watched this episode twice. It was funny to me when Chance said he country as a bowl of grits. I fell out laughing.
Oh
I love
yeah.
Chance. I love Chance
Mm-hmm.
said some funny lines in this
Mm-hmm.
thing. I mean, whoever the actor name is, I can't think of his name. Every time I see him in something, he's good. That guy who played Chance, he's good in every
Yeah.
time you see him. So he said, he country as a bowl of grits. I said, okay, I'm gonna have to steal that one. That's funny. So they roughed him up, but he said he don't know who no Chin Gigante is, and he don't know who Joe. He said, who the hell is Joe Colombo? So
Right.
he don't know who nobody is. He was just trying to rob people so he can. I think that's what he do. You know,
Yeah, he just a stick up kid and he
he
trying
just
to
a
make
stick
his
up kid.
money. He trying to get
Right.
the rest of that up. That's all. Mm-hmm.
Mm. Oh, they said his afro. Yo, his afro tight. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Candy said Lamont said from shout out to Lamont. Y'all check out Lamont's channel. He got a lot of good things
Mm-hmm.
going on over there. He thinks he's gonna be taken out by young Frank Luke. Um
Yeah, I agree with him. I can see that happening. I feel like one of them is definitely gonna go, and that Frank is gonna take their place. They already setting it up to show us that they don't care too much for Frank. We see what happens at the end of the episode. We also know how the end of the story happens in real life. We don't know how long we're gonna take to get there. But just based off of that, I feel like hell yeah, he could go. He could absolutely go.
right, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. And yes, I do remember Chance from Boardwalk, the guy who played Chance from Boardwalk Empire. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and I
Mm-hmm.
remember Chalky White, rest in peace to Michael K. Williams,
That
was
was
played
my
Chalky
show.
White. I'm gonna have to go back one day when
That
we
was
ain't
my
really got nothing
show.
to watch and nothing to review, and I got
Yeah,
some time. I'm
yeah,
gonna go back
Bumpy.
and
He's
watch
gonna be
Boardwalk Empire.
Bumpy's driver. Yep, absolutely.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, because Frank is gonna be bump. Yes, 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 yes. That is true. So yeah, Pettigrew, whatever his name, Pettigrew, he gonna be gone. Yeah, he's gonna be gone. I think it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's time
Mm-hmm.
because he should have been gone last season when he was stuck when he was stealing from them.
Right.
Really should have
Mm-hmm.
been gone last season. Um. Oh, and then also the guy who played Chance, he also played on Lucas Cage, right? Tamika, didn't he play a villain on there on Lucas Cage? Or maybe unless I got
Mm-hmm.
him mixed up with somebody else.
I can't
So
remember. He
I
might have.
gave
He been
yeah,
in a lot of things though.
he been in a lot of things. Yeah, he's a great
Mm-hmm.
actor. I just love the way he carries himself.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I love Boardwalk Empire. I wish I had a channel at the time when Boardwalk Empire was on because I would have reviewed it because it was a great show. But anyway, but he just told him to get the hell on. Bumpy told him to get the hell on. Now he ain't think nothing about Frank until later on he's going to use him. But at this particular moment, he was like, he just thought he was just some knucklehead, just causing problems, and just said, "Get the hell out of here." So now this is a part of this old funky witch pissed me off. Here she go it, what's her name? Mamie. Mamie bring this lady to the diner, and she introduced her to Daria and everything, and then uh she she was like, "Oh, so what do y'all have that? What's authentic? As if our food is some kind of we eat the same stuff you eat. It ain't nothing authentic. What you talking about? Authentic? They looked at each other like, what is this lady talking about? And she said, with the smothered
She
pork
meant
chop.
what was the black like? What can I be down with? What's gonna make me be down with if I eat something
Yeah.
that'll
Oh,
make
so
me
yeah, she should have said some
eat?
chitlins and
That's
some
how I
pig feet
felt.
hog. That's what they should have had ordered. Some
But she
chitlins,
said,
pig
"Boy,
feet hog maw, and make her
that's
eat that
a little
shit.
heavy, but I guess."
Yeah, it's about the she said smothered pork chop is the die for. She said, well, isn't that kind of heavy? I'm like, bitch, if you don't get. And then she said, would you want something to drink? Oh yeah, I want a cock, a gin and tonic. She said, Miss, we don't sell no liquor up in here. I give you a sweet iced tea. She said, this lady, she definitely yeah, she's the
Yeah, that
original
was
culture
funny
vulture.
because at this point she had made me stressed out. Made me told what's the daughter name? I don't forgot her name that fast.
Oh yeah, I forgot that
When
part.
she stopped there and she was
Niece.
drinking already. And
Yes.
she said, I gotta
Mhm.
kiss this damn lady ass.
Right. I know that's why she was having drinks in the middle of the day because
Mm-hmm.
she knows she's gonna have to go and deal with this lady, and she should have went on the lady Delia or Dal. I might be saying her name wrong, but the waitress, she should have gone in the back and spit right in her iced tea or spit in her in the gravy that goes onto her pork chops. Or like what's that movie? The Help when they gave her the
Oh
pie.
yeah, Lord have mercy.
The chocolate pie. I saw that scene the other day on YouTube. You know how it was came up as a short, and I cracked up laughing watching that again. That was just funny. Yeah, she was just crazy. Talking about, and she definitely a culture vulture. Yes, most definitely. Um, yes. Yeah. You should have fixed the pie from the Help. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, and so she's still stuck on this James Baldwin. Talking about, cause I want to do Mamie even know James Baldwin, or she just telling the lady what she want to hear. Did you think she just telling her? I mean, Bumpy do know a lot of people, but um, she kept on asking about the well, do you think James Baldwin can write something? Something she said. What you think about that to me? You think she know Mamie knows it? She might. He might know. She might know James Baldwin. Is Tamika still here? Maybe we missed. I don't think Tamika on mute or something. Yeah, she'll be back. Maybe something happened to her
I'm
audio because I
sorry,
know.
y'all. I was chewing in between. Sorry.
Okay. I thought because I know how it is when the audio or something go out. I said, yeah, I got to eat too. So once we finish this, no, I was just saying that how she's obsessed with James Baldwin. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Oh, you didn't get in touch with James Baldwin yet? She like, no, girl.
yeah, she probably does know James Baldwin because they in them circles. Bumpy knew
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
So and
Mm-hmm.
he knew celebrities and all kind of people, politicians, everybody. But I mean, she just upset. But she really trying to highlight people like everyday folks that are in Harlem and doing good things and artists and other stuff. And that's when they
She
got the
might RC because I know people looked at things different back then. They still look at it different today. But to be honest with you, I think she would even fetishize that. I think she just gonna
yes,
fetishize everything. Honestly.
yeah. I agree. So, she don't. Yeah, she gonna probably think that's some. She treating black people as if we pets. You know what I'm saying? Like a pony or something. You know what I'm saying? Or we aliens. That's how she coming off to me.
Yeah, it's like she gets
Um.
even more excited. I don't know. She just definitely have, weird energy, but we know that it's real people like this. So.
Oh yeah, it still goes on now. It still goes on. It goes on, especially in different jobs in corporate America and all kind of stuff. So it's still happening. Unfortunately, we ain't overcame yet. So and the way things going, we ain't overcome it. So
Exactly.
this is the scene you talking about when he keeps on talking about the money that's being missing because we see across the street there's the truck with all the Doochie in it, and it's like a cupcake bakery truck or something, and Pedigree keeps on talking about the money that's being missing until he gets his
Exactly. Chance had to smack him in the back of the head.
He talking about, I know. He said, "What you got flashbacks from Vietnam or something?" I mean, not where was it? Not Vietnam. Well, I forgot where he said it was from the army or whatever. He said, "Cause why you hit me upside my head?" You know, but he just keeps on calling it out. So you're right. I think that this might be a foreshadowing moment, as Moochie would say. Shout out to Moochie. That this guy might end up being unalive.
Yes,
So
I agree. I think it is.
yeah, yeah. And then we got the other guy, I forgot his name, the big guy, but he got the address to where Frank Lucas at because Bumpy wants him to do the favor, and the favor is going to be to rob the Italians of all the stuff, all the work. So this is where we go up to Frank Lucas' house. I mean, not house or apartment. And he loved pulling out that knife. But Chance ain't got no problem pulling out that piece either. You know, Chance ain't no
Exactly.
punk. Chance ain't no punk. I like Chance. He ain't no punk.
Hmm.
You ain't about to and he said, I ain't gonna leave you up in here. He ain't gonna leave Bumpy up in there by himself with he been sticking a knife in his face and a switchblade. And but Bumpy, wasn't scared. And he asked him, what did he ask Frank? Have you robbed people before, or have you used a
Yeah,
gun
like you
before?
always use the knife. You know how to handle a hammer? Because I think he said
Mm-hmm,
he used the pipe before he used the knife, and he said yeah, one or two times for the hammer.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Chance better stop threatening Frank. I hope that. No, I don't want Chance gone though. I don't want Chance gone. Yeah, I don't want Chance gone. The other guy, I'd like both guys, but if anybody gonna go, let Pedigree go, and Chance can stay. Yeah, I don't. I mean, but if he keeps threatening him, Chance might be the one get stuck in the chest with that knife.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he ain't no Frank ain't no punk. You ain't gonna just be messing with him like that. So he wants him to rob the Italians, and so that's where we at right here. He jumped on that truck, on the side of that truck, stuck that piece in that man's face, and told them, "Look, how many people back in the back? How many guns? Throw the guns out. If you lie, I must, your brains gonna be on the side of this truck." So, and then next, he got two big bags of the stuff. So,
Yeah, he did that robbery swiftly and professionally. He got them up out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
and eating the cannolis
Yeah,
while
he
he's
said, "Oh, this is good."
because he probably never had no cannoli before. So that was like he didn't know what that was. And cannolis are good if you get a good one. Yeah, if you can get a real good cannolis, they are good. They can
Hmm.
sometimes they can be too sweet though with the
Yeah.
filling in the inside, but they pretty good. Yeah, one of them guys is out of here, if not both of them. Chance might be the one. Might be the one because he keeps threatening him, keep putting he beat him up real bad. It could be Chance. I don't want Chance to go.
Yeah.
I don't want Chance to go. The other one could go before Chance.
Hmm.
And you said, why is he walking? Yeah, he ain't had no car. Well, no, he just got to.
Right.
Yeah, he ain't got no car. He just got in town. He
Mm-mm.
only been in town for like a couple days, right? So
Right.
he ain't got no car.
Hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, so I guess. But how was he able to get away from them guys? He didn't like. Oh, he told them to get inside the
He
truck, and he
got them in
locked
the
them in the
truck.
truck.
Yeah.
That's how he
Hmm.
was able to walk down the street. That's right.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to say, I would think the guys would just come right after him, but he put him in the back of that truck and locked it. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. So now we go to Elise. She's doing her prayer, and Omar at the jail doing his prayer, and some two goons bust up in the his cell and wham, 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 right in the chest or the stomach, looked like the stomach. And they was beating him up real good until this officer came in there and said, stop it. And, under the authority of Bumpy Johnson. He said, Bumpy Johnson. So I guess Bumpy came through for his daughter.
Yeah, Bumpy came through. At least he
Hmm.
came through for you, girl.
Yeah,
He jumped
yeah.
in the nick of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, came in a nick of time because it was. Yeah, I mean, I think Omar's gonna survive, but this, he definitely got little stabbed up a couple times in that stomach. So, but I think he gonna survive, and we'll see how long or with the will he? I wonder will he make it through the season? That's what I wonder. When will he make it through the
Yeah,
season?
that I don't know, but I feel like they respect Bumpy, and he said hands off. They're gonna keep hands off because they were shocked, and he was shocked too. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Okay. So now Frank brings the work, as they call the junk, to Chance and the other guy, and he said he did it. He really did it. And he had two big bag. Well, little did we didn't know that
Mm-hmm.
he took a little bit out for himself,
Right.
because they
Mm-hmm.
didn't know how much was in there.
Oh yeah, they didn't know. They just
So
figured like.
they
Mm-hmm.
didn't know. Yeah, they assumed they didn't know how many bricks it was. So
Mm-hmm.
um so if he took quite a bit. It wasn't like Tamika, he took two or
Yeah, that
three.
was two
He
big ass
he
bags, and
took he took a lot.
yes.
He took a
So I
lot.
guess
So
he took a couple out of each bag. I don't know, but
yeah, I guess he counted how many it was and just evened it out to make the bags look real heavy or something.
mm-hmm.
And but he took and he said, yeah, um he Bumpy had me do the job because you two guys couldn't do it. I could see, yeah, it's gonna be something. Y'all right in this chat now. Y'all right. I think Chance might be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Candy said he is out of here soon. Okay, I think that if not both of them, Chance for sure, because Chance is the one that really roughed him up. Chance is the one that's going back and forth with him. Tell him he said get the hell out of here. Yeah, I think it's I don't know. Yeah, because Bumpy ain't gonna need all these people, and so
Yeah, and
somebody
then
got to go.
Pedigree was like, "Oh, I really don't like him" when he came with the two
He
bags.
might take both of them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Might try to set both of them up. Yeah, he's a goner. He's a goner. So, and I'm gonna tell you one thing, and no, no disrespect to the real Frank Lucas, but if y'all see a picture of him, this guy is fine compared to the real guy. Okay, they I mean, it seemed like I said that last week too. Like they, seemed like with Denzel, the real guy ain't smooth as Denzel or this guy playing him. So, but we'll see. Hopefully, this guy, this the way this actor is playing Frank Lucas. Hopefully, Frank Lucas, they say, was a ruthless guy. He just was quiet. He wasn't he
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
loud and boisterous like Nicky Barnes was. But they say he was in this, he was like a quiet assassin, as people say. So I want to see some action. You know what I mean? I mean, I like the pacing where we going. So far it's only second episode. But I definitely want to see how he gonna get turned up. Um so now we got that guy, one of the associates, coming in and talking about, yeah, we got robbed. We got robbed. Stella knew all along. This was all a plan. She plotted and planned this. So she didn't look shocked one bit, but she had to play it off and talking about we gonna go to war. And Chin was, but she convinced her dad to let's have a sit down with the other families before you go crazy and go to war. You can't assume that Bumpy had anything to do with it.
Yeah, it
But the
was
whole
like he ain't the only black man out here. Anybody could have did it. And also, how the hell y'all get robbed before y'all and y'all get robbed by one guy? So I mean, he did make some points, but she also was able to flip it and
yeah, no,
be like,
how three of them, even though
mm-hmm.
he had a gun, but he could have tried. I mean, yeah, it's three of them. I don't know.
Yeah,
They just gave away them drugs. They just
right.
gave it away. They didn't even try. They didn't even try. They didn't even try. It was no fight put up or nothing. They was
Right.
like, okay, maybe they figured we ain't getting paid that much. It ain't worth all that. You take it. But then he goes to tell Joe Colombo, look, your stuff is gone. And but Joe knew what was going to happen, right? He wasn't just sitting around. didn't he know it was gonna happen, or he just thought he was gonna get his?
I think he knew some of the pieces. I don't think he knew all of it until she came and told him, because he was like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to get my stuff. And she was like, you are going to get it, but even though you don't like Frank, I'm going to need you to go ahead and be on Frank's side on this one. I mean, not Frank, Bumpy's
Bumpy.
side on
Yeah.
this one when you
Mm.
go to the meetings, right? So she pretty much, like I said, she playing chess. She really playing him, her
She's
daddy.
really playing chess. She's really playing chess. Yes. And yeah, she playing everybody. She really is playing everybody. Yeah, Bumpy shouldn't even get too comfortable with her either, because yeah, but I think she never really forgave her father for the stuff he did. So she never forgave her father. So it's
I don't know, she didn't, and I don't blame her on that part.
I don't blame on that, because he did the Teddy and now all that, yeah, and then locking her up in the room and all, remember all that stuff they was doing. And that stepmother
Mm-hmm.
was a witch.
And
I'm
that
glad they
just
got
was
rid of
making
her.
it worse and worse. Yeah, the stepmother
Hmm.
definitely needed to go.
Yeah, she definitely need to go. Yeah. Um, Bumpy can't trust her. She betrays. No, that's right. That's what I'm saying. She betrays everybody.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, she's like
Bumpy would never trust her. He
what they
would never
call a
trust
black
any
widow
of
or
them.
something. She like a
Yeah.
black, what they call the black spider, black widow type spider.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I wouldn't trust her. So now we had to sit down with the other families, and they were like, they knew when Columbo came up with the idea that, look, our problem is not with Bumpy, our problem is with Chin. And them other guys was probably saying, yeah, you're right, because they done did. Because remember the guy in the middle, when how Chin cut his fingers off? That was season 1 or 2, I
Exactly,
think.
and Chin should know that he was never gonna forget that. But to be honest, that's why I had to watch this episode again, because I didn't know the play was gonna go exactly like this. Like I wasn't expecting Bumpy to sit down and say, "Oh yeah, I got it," but the only way I'm gonna give it back to y'all is if y'all get rid of Chin. And then of course Columbo jumped in and was like, "Yeah, when you think about it, Chin is really the problem, and all of us can't be out of
Mhm.
our stuff for him.
Yeah.
Like we
And
gotta have our stuff."
Bumpy made a promise to them that he's out of the
Mm-hmm.
junk business. He said, I'm
Right.
not selling junk anymore. He said,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't want the junk. He said, I will give it back to you, but he got to go. But if you don't get rid of him, then I'll keep it, and then we can go to war, you know. So yeah, Chin is uh yeah, Chin been a problem.
Jen
He been a problem.
overplayed his hand, and the thing about it is, all of this could have been avoided. It was greed that he wanted to have the other part of Bumpy business. Had he left that alone, he'd have been right okay with still where he was at.
Right. Right. That's really what it was, because everything was going well. At the first episode last week, they were shaking hands, have
Mm-hmm.
drinking liquor, everything was
Yeah,
fine. But when he started talking about he wanted 50% and could
exactly.
and damn near take control over his business and stuff, he wanted part of the gambling and this that. He was like, no, this is something I'm doing. And he was just trying to have multiple, but he's trying to have places, uh, real estate, other places. He said, "This is something I'm trying to do and give back to our people, you know, now and bring jobs and stuff." That's how they do us. Every time we try to have something, next thing you know, they push us out and take over our business. You know, we seen this
Exactly.
time
And
and
then the
time
funny
again.
thing was, Chen even said, like, oh, Bumpy probably set this all up and did it on purpose because he's been trying to have this outside venture. And so he stole the product so he could do that. But he didn't need to do that because he already got the approval from the bank. But Chen don't know that part. And then Bumpy was like, no, it wasn't me. It's some little kid from the South or whatever. But yeah, I got it now and I can get it back to you. So
Well,
he
okay,
played
but
it right into his hand.
he did play right into his hand. Absolutely, yeah, because he already. That's right. Last week he signed the loan with the bank, so he didn't need the no partnership with him
Right.
anyway in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Mo 69.
There
Um
you go, 69.
uh did you think at this point that Chin knew his daughter was involved and set it up?
Yeah. When he was
Did,
sitting here, he knew, especially once, I feel like once Columbo joined in, even though he knows Columbo don't care for him and he don't care for Columbo, he also knows Columbo don't like Bumpy. And it was really Chen that was sticking up for Bumpy originally. So now the tables turned, and Chin trying to throw him under the bus just because he didn't want to let him in on his business. So that's why I say it shows how like immature he is, because that really
Mm.
wasn't worth your business, to be honest. And
But he
now,
he had to know that this daughter,
yeah,
yeah, he had to know by now his daughter.
yeah,
She said
I
it's
think he
awfully
definitely
convenient that
right,
she's the one who wanted me to have to sit down.
exactly.
Right, yeah. And that's where we at right here. And you know, Tamika, I was sitting here on pins and needles thinking, oh, he gonna have his daughter killed. I said,
I thought that for a minute
didn't
too.
you
He was
think that
like,
for a
you know,
second?
I know it's you, right? Yeah.
I said, that's what I thought, right? For because I said when they poured her a drink and they had a drink and he's sitting there talking to her and saying, oh, you're gonna have to be in charge and let me know what's going on, and you might have to unalive people and all that. He giving her the whole rundown. But when he got up to walk away, I'm thinking somebody's coming from behind and pop her in her head. I really thought she was gonna be taken out right there.
I thought that for a minute too, though. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
I thought
lie. Either
somebody was
thought
gonna come
somebody
from
was
behind
gonna
her.
come behind, or I thought it was gonna be poison in the drink, and her ass was gonna be out. One or the other.
Yeah,
He
right,
said, "Oh,
right,
you
right.
want another drink?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she just had the tears coming down. But I said, "Girl, bye. You were crying about this. This what you wanted."
This what you wanted, yeah. But you know, listen, okay, so he's not pushed out of being a mobster, right? He just can't run Harlem no more.
Yeah, they told him to get out of town though. Then they told him to retire and go to Florida
Yeah,
or
go to
go to somebody.
Miami. Yeah, he said go down to Miami and have some mai tais.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, they told him to get out of town. So, um, now the real Chen Gigante, I was, I always watch those mobster documentaries. You know, the ones that come on like Discovery or one of them old channels that
Yeah.
come on. And I love all the mob things, talking about the
Mm-hmm.
history of mobsters. And I saw one about the real Chen Gigante. He got taken out in the streets of New York. On the street, he was walking. I think somebody. I thought. I mean, unless I'm getting him mixed up with somebody else. I thought he got taken out on the street, like somebody popped him on the street. And
I
that could be.
believe
And I know
so.
Joe Colombo did.
I
Somebody did.
haven't watched it in a long time, but I believe he did.
Yeah, I had to do some research. Maybe by the time we come back next week, I'll have the information. But I think I know Joe Colombo was also gunned down in the street
Yeah,
by
shit, a lot
yeah.
of them.
But it ain't unsurprising. All of these mobsters get gunned down by
Mm-hmm.
somebody. Sometimes because they be doing too much, and sometimes your own people
Exactly.
end up taking you out. Be your own people because you end up
Mm-hmm.
doing they either get locked up or get taken out, right? And
Yeah,
usually no in between with these mobsters. Most of them, very few
exactly.
of them died of old age and just
Yeah, one or the other. Ain't nobody really
yeah,
walking
not
the
too
road.
many of them that we can probably think of that died of old age, except for Gotti died in jail, but
Mm-hmm.
he had throat
Yeah.
cancer.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he had throat cancer. So either way, they die one way or the other, but they don't usually just sit back and put their feet up and laying at the beach. Most time it's jail or death somewhere, Um, yeah, so yeah, but anyway, when he walked off, I thought somebody was gonna come right behind her and she was gonna be taken out because of what she did to
Oh,
snake her
actually,
father.
he
Yeah.
died while serving a 12-year sentence, so he actually did die
Oh,
in
okay,
jail.
okay. I might look. It be
Mm-hmm.
so many of them. Tell you,
Yeah,
I be
so
watching
many.
all
That's
these
why
things.
I can't remember it off the top of my
I
head,
could
but he.
remember. Yeah, I could remember who it was. I thought he was the one guy, but I remember he was the one that used to walk around. And this in real life, I'm talking about walk around with the
Yeah.
robe on, acting like he was crazy. He
Yes.
did used to do
Yes.
that.
Yes.
That's true. He used to walk around with a
Mm-hmm.
bathrobe and slippers, talking to himself in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And but they say he died in prison. 2005.
Yeah,
Damn,
he
he lived to be
actually
old
was
as
77, so he actually lived a lot longer than a lot of these gangsters do, to be honest.
damn, he lived a long time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Why they never want to yeah, why they well, they don't want to put the woman in
Oh
charge, but
no,
that
that woman in
that's
charge.
yeah, that's look, we seeing that now with Raising Cane and with Rock. They they don't want to they don't want to listen to a woman. But that's definitely with the Italians. You never see that. You never see look, Stella, if she's gonna be they not gonna ever say that she's in charge. She's still gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to answer to a man. Even if she is running things, it'll be through Columbo or through someone else. She's
Right.
never going to be where she's the head chick in charge. Nah.
No.
They just don't do that. They think as a woman you supposed to stay in your place, just have babies and take, like you watch The Sopranos. You ain't see Carmela getting involved. She stayed home and was a housewife and took care of the kids. They didn't get involved, and those that did try to get involved, they got taken out. I think it was one scene when one lady got taken out because she, they just don't play that. Um, yeah, yeah. So we'll see how long Stella gonna last. We know this is not true to life all the way. They got some little, they sprinkle a little bit of stuff that's true, but most of the stuff is not all true. So, I'm gonna see how long Stella gonna last in this whole story, because she could last through the end of it. They might not never take
Yeah,
Stella
she
out.
could because this is a fictional character.
This is
Like,
fictional. Yeah, she's not
yeah.
real. Yeah, she's not real.
Mm-hmm.
So she could last through the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
So now this when we found out, look at all that bricks on the table. Then he done took a lot. I thought he was gonna take two or three bricks. Okay, I could see somebody doing that. But that,
Right.
I
He
mean, he
got
took a
what is
whole
that? At
bag.
least 10, 15 or something. I
like,
don't know.
yeah, he took about 10, 15, right. And I forgot this actress, her name, but she's been in stuff before too. But he had a pretty little girl laying there with him, and she said, "I can't believe you took Bumpy stuff." And I'm paraphrasing how she said it. He said,
Mm-hmm.
"Look, no, I took a little bit for myself." See, they think because he country that he's stupid and
Right.
backward. No, he's smart. He saw an opportunity and he took it. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna give Bumpy
Mm-hmm.
some of his stuff, but I'm not. But I'm gonna keep a little bit for myself." And
Mm-hmm.
Bumpy
That's
didn't
it.
know how much it was in there, so that's even
Right.
more reason. I mean, shit, I probably went and done it. I'm like, shit, he don't know how much money
Mm-hmm.
this is. Tamika, grab one. I'm gonna grab we one. Get one to Moochie, get one to Lamont. We get everybody get a brick. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't know how many was in there. And the jukebox
Yeah, I
ex
think
girl.
when the girl was on Raising Canaan,
Yeah,
and I
oh
first
yeah, that's the
remember him.
good.
I think
Yeah,
I first remember him from How to Get Away with
that's the
Murder.
girl. I was trying to think where I know her face. You right. That's not Imani. No, that's the Lulu girl. What's her Aisha, something
I
like
can't
that.
think of her
It
name,
might be
but
Aisha or something like that. Yeah, I can't even. Yeah, but that's the girl went down to college. She went to Spelman. Yeah, that's because I looked at her face and I said, "Damn, I know this actress." But I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking for Tyler Perry or something else. I couldn't think of where I knew her from. Yeah, that's right. That's Juba. I didn't forgot about her already. Uh oh, what happened to Chin's cheating wife? Didn't they unalive her? Or they
yeah,
just got rid of? I
I
mean,
think
no, they
they got
killed.
rid of
Yeah, I think they unalived
But
her.
he found out what she did. He didn't know what she was doing at first, and the fact that she was cheating with the guy.
Yeah, yes, Candy. Yeah, that's the one. That's her. Okay. When I initially watched the show, Godfather of Harlem, I just saw her face and I say, "Oh, I know this actress," but I'm thinking from something else. I didn't even think jukebox or anything. Um, yeah,
Yeah, she had that coming.
she had.
And
Oh,
she sent somebody to take Stella out. Remember?
she sure did. Yeah, yeah, she had it coming. She had it coming. So nobody ain't about to feel sorry for the stepmama. She's gone. So, but I'm I was happy with this episode. I like the flow of it. You know what I like about this show? It's not long and drawn out the episode. You know what I'm saying? We get right to the point. It just keeps the pacing
Mm-hmm.
is good. It's not like a
It
long
went by
drawn out thing.
fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it do go by
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's only 45 minutes, right? It's not even a complete hour, is it? It's really short, but
Yeah.
something
Mm-hmm.
like that. But it goes by pretty good and pretty fast. So I'm enjoying it, and so we'll see what the next episode going to hold. Have you seen the trailer, Tamika? I have not.
No, I haven't seen the trailer.
I haven't either, but I'm sure it's going to be some clips
Mm-hmm.
throughout the week, or so we know we will be back on Tuesday next week unless something happens, and then if that's the case, we'll let y'all guys know.
Right.
But same time, same place. Maybe Moochie might be able to join us. She's gone, out of town and dealing with things with her family, so She might just be taking a little break right now, but if she's able to, she'll be back with us. Um, but either way, we hold it down for her. And so that's about it. You got anything coming up the remainder of the week?
Tomorrow I will probably be joining EJ in the fifth wall to talk about Handmaid's Tale, another daggone show that be making me want to choke people out.
I hear about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, everybody tells me about it. I just haven't watched it. But they say
Yeah.
it's something. They say it's something else. This the last season, right?
Hmm.
This last season. Okay.
Yes.
Um, you said that's tomorrow evening.
Yeah, tomorrow, like about 8:15, I think, sometime around here.
Yeah, yeah,
Keep the notifications on.
yeah. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. I don't have nothing going on for tomorrow. I think Thursday. Um, Now we were supposed to do something. Me and Detroit was supposed to do something last week, and we postponed it. So we might be doing something this Thursday, but I don't want to talk about it because we keep on moving the date multiple times. So it might not even happen this week. So if it happens, check the community tab. I will put a something out there and let you know if it happens. And then we on break. Everybody know we on break for power. No Raising Canaan this week. So we're gonna try, maybe try to do something else, and just to kill the time, while we wait for the next episode. But that's all we got,
Yeah,
y'all. We ain't
I'll
got
be
no
doing
more.
ease
Oh
on
yeah,
down the
Friday. That's what I want. Yeah, if everybody's down, I'm down for Friday night would be good. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm coordinate the time with you, Tamika. But yes, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That's be in the Discord, not on
Yes.
YouTube, y'all, because we can't
Mm-hmm.
play the movie on
Make sure
YouTube.
y'all in the Discord.
Yes, yes. Lemon Kush, please join the Discord. The Shade, join our Discord. And the Discord links are in all of our descriptions on our channels. Uh but I'm gonna put it out on the community tab as well. I'll put an announcement and put it on the community tab.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all next time. We'll see y'all sometime later on the week.
All
Bye.
right, y'all.